Imagine a bullet racing at over 28,000 kilometers per hour in the vast emptiness of space. Now multiply that by 128 million. That's how many pieces of space debris are currently orbiting our planet. Welcome to the silent, unseen, and yet incredibly dangerous world of space debris. This isn't just a few stray rocks or dust particles, but a swarm of everything from spent rocket stages to defunct satellites, all whizzing around the Earth at speeds fast enough to penetrate steel. These tiny, high-speed projectiles pose a significant risk to both manned and unmanned space missions. They have the potential to damage or even destroy satellites and spacecraft, disrupting our communication networks, weather monitoring systems, and scientific research. The enormity of this issue is staggering, and it's a growing problem that continues to pose a significant challenge for future space exploration. Stay tuned as we delve into the top 10 surprising facts about space debris. Starting at number 10, size doesn't always matter when it comes to space debris. It's easy to imagine defunct satellites or spent rocket stages as the primary culprits of space debris. But let's not forget the tiny fragments, the little villains of the void. These minute particles, even as small as flecks of paint, can cause significant damage when they collide with spacecraft at incredibly high speeds. Picture it like this: a tiny particle moving at 10 times the speed of a bullet can wreak havoc on a spacecraft's surface. There are real-life examples too, like when a tiny fragment chipped the window of the International Space Station. It was a flake of paint, moving at such a high velocity that it ended up causing a 7mm crack. So, in space, even a speck of paint can pack a punch. Coming in at number 9, the oldest piece of space debris is over 60 years old. Meet Vanguard 1, launched by the United States in 1958. It's the fourth satellite sent into space and the first to be solar-powered. Despite its groundbreaking status, Vanguard 1's mission was short-lived. Its batteries died after just 7 years, leaving it a silent, lifeless object over 600 miles above our heads. But why is it still up there? Well, Vanguard 1 orbits in a region of space not affected by atmospheric drag, meaning it doesn't naturally decay and fall back to Earth. It's estimated that this little piece of history will continue to circle our planet for another 200 years. This antique satellite is a living testament to our early ventures into the cosmos. It's a piece of history, frozen in time and space, a symbol of human ingenuity and ambition. Old but definitely not gold, Vanguard 1 is a silent reminder of our early space exploits. At number 8, we have the Kessler syndrome, a nightmare scenario for space travel. Now you might be thinking, what is this Kessler syndrome? Well, it's a theoretical situation proposed by NASA scientist Donald J. Kessler in 1978. It suggests that as the amount of space debris increases, the probability of collisions also rises. These collisions, in turn, would create even more debris, leading to a domino effect of collisions and debris creation. This cascade could create an impenetrable barrier of junk around our planet, making space travel and satellite launches virtually impossible. The implications of this situation are alarming. Imagine a world where our ability to explore space, conduct research, or even use satellite-based technologies like GPS is severely limited. It's a sobering thought, isn't it? But is the Kessler syndrome a real threat today? The answer is it could be. While we haven't reached this point yet, the continuous increase in space debris does make this scenario a possibility we can't ignore. Efforts are being made to mitigate this risk, with various space agencies around the world working on strategies to track and remove existing space debris. However, with thousands of satellites planned for launch in the coming years, the potential for the Kessler syndrome becomes even more pertinent. The Kessler syndrome, a potential catastrophe waiting to happen. Number 7 on our list is a fact that might surprise you. Space debris can and does fall back to Earth. This phenomenon, known as re-entry, is a little like the universe's own recycling program. As objects in low Earth orbit lose altitude and succumb to Earth's gravitational pull, they begin to descend. Upon entering the atmosphere, most of this cosmic flotsam burns up, reduced to nothing more than a streak of light in the sky. But what about the pieces that survive the fiery descent? The chances of these causing harm are incredibly slim. For a start, a significant portion of our planet is covered by water, and much of the land is uninhabited. Not to mention, smaller pieces of debris are likely to burn up entirely, while larger ones will break up into smaller, less harmful pieces. So next time you see a shooting star, it might just be a piece of space junk. Fact number 6, we're not just spectators. Efforts are underway to clean up space debris. It's a task that seems like it's straight out of a science fiction movie, but it's all too real. Around the world, scientists and engineers are developing new technologies to tackle this monumental challenge. From grappling hooks to giant nets, the ideas on the table are as diverse as they are innovative. Take the European Space Agency, for example, which plans to launch a mission called Clear Space One by the middle of this decade. The mission aims to capture a defunct satellite in a low Earth orbit using a quartet of robotic arms. Over in Japan, the team at Astroscale is working on a magnetic solution. Their spacecraft, ELSA-D, is designed to magnetically dock with defunct satellites and safely guide them towards Earth's atmosphere, where they'll burn up harmlessly. There's also the idea of using lasers to nudge smaller debris out of harm's way. It's a concept being explored by researchers at the Australian National University, among others. But despite these promising developments, the task of cleaning up space debris is not without its hurdles. Legal issues, technical difficulties, and the sheer scale of the problem make it a daunting endeavor. Yet, the importance of these efforts cannot be overstated. With each successful mission, we inch closer to safer space exploration and satellite operation, preserving the final frontier for generations to come. Cleaning up space, a task easier said than done. Halfway through at number 5, the cost of space debris is not just environmental but also financial. Now let's delve into the financial implications of these orbiting scraps. It's not simply about the price tag of the objects lost in space, which in itself can run into millions of dollars. It's also about the potential damage these fragments can cause to functioning equipment. A tiny piece of debris traveling at high speed can have a devastating impact on a satellite or space station, leading to costly repairs or even total replacement. Moreover, the expense of cleanup efforts is astronomical. Initiatives to remove space debris require innovative technology, extensive research, and numerous trial missions, all of which come with a hefty cost. In essence, every fragment of space debris adds to a mounting bill, one that humanity is accountable for. Space debris, an expensive problem with no cheap solution. Fact number 4, even the International Space Station isn't safe from space debris. Orbiting the Earth at a speed of roughly 17,500 miles per hour, the International Space Station, or ISS, is a beacon of human ingenuity. But this outpost in the cosmos isn't immune to the perils of space debris. The ISS has to regularly perform what are known as debris avoidance maneuvers. These are intricate processes that involve changing the station's orbit to dodge incoming fragments. The threat is so real that astronauts even have procedures in place for a rapid evacuation in the event of a catastrophic collision. Imagine for a moment living in a place where chunks of metal could crash into your home at any moment. The reality of life on the ISS is a constant game of dodgeball, where the balls are bits of space debris, and they're coming at you at breakneck speeds. Life in space, a constant game of dodgeball. Coming in at number 3, space debris has already caused satellite collisions. It's a cosmic fender bender on an interstellar scale. One of the most notable incidents occurred in 2009. Iridium-33, a commercial communications satellite, and Cosmos 2251, a defunct Russian military satellite, collided over Siberia. The crash resulted in a shower of space debris, with approximately 2,000 pieces large enough to be tracked. Then, in 2007, China's anti-satellite test created a significant cloud of debris when it destroyed one of its own weather satellites. This event alone increased the total amount of large debris in space by about 25%. These incidents underscore the silent and invisible threat that space debris poses. It's not just about the damage to the satellites themselves, but also the domino effect they can set off, creating even more debris. In space, a collision can have far-reaching consequences. Almost there at number 2, the speed of space debris is mind-boggling. Picture yourself in a car cruising down the highway at about 60 miles per hour. Now imagine going nearly 25 times faster. That's approximately the average speed of space debris. Orbiting at an astonishing 16,000 miles per hour, these fragments of defunct satellites and other cosmic clutter are zipping around our planet faster than any bullet ever fired. To put it into perspective, if space debris were to race a commercial jet, the jet would appear to be standing still. This incredible speed not only makes space debris elusive and challenging to track, but it also means even the tiniest pieces can cause significant damage upon impact. The collision of a small piece of debris with a satellite or space station can be equivalent to the explosion of a hand grenade. Space debris, the fastest junk you'll ever encounter. And finally, at number 1, the amount of space debris continues to grow each year. The cosmos, our vast and infinite playground, is becoming increasingly crowded. Every new satellite we launch, every mission we embark upon, leaves behind a trace. From defunct satellites to fragments of spent rocket stages, from collision debris to paint flecks, the space around our planet is teeming with human-made objects. The European Space Agency estimates that there are currently over 29,000 objects larger than 10 centimeters, 750,000 objects sized between 1 to 10 centimeters, and a staggering 168 million objects smaller than 1 centimeter. And these numbers are only growing. This escalation poses significant threats to both manned and unmanned space missions. It's like driving through a highway littered with invisible, high-speed bullets. So, despite the vastness and the emptiness of space, we've managed to create a traffic jam around our own planet. Space debris, a problem that's not going away anytime soon. As we've seen, space debris is a serious issue that needs our attention. This is not a matter of distant galaxies or black holes. It's about the immediate space around our very own planet. We've talked about the surprising facts, but let's not forget the urgency of the situation. The cosmos, that vast expanse we've been exploring and exploiting, is filling up with the remnants of our adventures. From defunct satellites to minuscule fragments, the quantity of space debris continues to grow. This isn't just an environmental concern, it's a matter of safety, efficiency, and the longevity of our space exploration efforts. Size doesn't matter when it comes to space debris. Even the tiniest particles can cause significant damage due to their high velocity. The speed of space debris, reaching up to 7.5 kilometers per second, makes it a potential bullet capable of piercing through metal. The Kessler syndrome, a scenario where the density of space debris in low Earth orbit is high enough that collisions could cause a cascade, is a very real possibility. This could render space activities and the use of satellites unfeasible for generations. Space debris doesn't always stay in space. It can fall back to Earth, posing a risk to us down here. Cleanup efforts have started, but they are complex, costly, and demand international cooperation. The cost of space debris is not just financial, it's about preserving our ability to explore, learn, and perhaps one day live beyond Earth. The International Space Station, our outpost in the cosmos, already has to maneuver away from space debris. Satellite collisions are not just Hollywood fiction, but a reality we've already witnessed. Addressing the space debris problem is not an option, it's a necessity. The steps we take today will decide the future of space travel. Ignoring it could lead to a point of no return, hindering our cosmic ambitions. The future of space travel depends on how we handle the space debris problem today. Stay curious, stay vigilant, and, as always, keep looking up. Before we wrap up this cosmic journey, we'd like to take a moment to thank you for being part of our space-loving community. If you've learned something new from this video, show your support by hitting the like button. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the space debris problem and how we could tackle it, so don't shy away from sharing your opinions in the comment section. Remember, the more we talk about it, the more awareness we can raise. Also, if you haven't already, do consider subscribing to our channel and pressing the bell icon. You'll get notified every time we post more informative content like this. Our goal is to learn and grow together, and we can't do it without your support. Last but not least, share this video with your friends and families. Let's get more people involved in understanding and solving the space debris problem. It's an issue that affects all of us, whether we're gazing at the stars or dreaming about journeying among them. Thank you once again for joining us on this journey. Stay curious, stay vigilant, and as always, keep looking up. The universe is full of wonders, and we're here to explore them together.